Long before there were snowmobiles, humanity's key to surviving the frozen north depended on a totally different kind of engine, a living, breathing one. Today, we are diving into the incredible history and raw power of sled dogs. These are the original heroes of the ice.
And hey, before we get started, this deep dive is brought to you by Doggozilla magazine. If you love stories just like this one, you're going to find a whole world of cool dog info and fun over at doggozilla.com. So just think about it for a second. How did people conquer the Arctic before engines and heated trucks? Well, it wasn't just human grit, not by a long shot. It was a four-legged alliance that changed absolutely everything. To really get these incredible animals, we've got to go back, way back. We're talking thousands of years, long before dog sledding was ever a sport. Back then, it was all about survival, and these dogs, they were humanity's very first engine. Just look at this timeline. The bond between humans and sled dogs is ancient. I mean, we found sleigh runners in Finland from 9,000 years ago. And by 1000 AD, they were a vital part of life for the Inuit and other native peoples all across North America. This is the partnership that was literally forged in ice over millennia. This quote from the Chukchi tribe in Siberia really says it all. These dogs weren't just for pulling stuff. No way. They guarded camps, they herded reindeer, they were a completely integrated part of society. They were absolutely essential for survival. Okay, so now let's fast forward a bit and see how these ancient working dogs became legendary heroes in the modern era. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, the world kind of rediscovered the power of sled dogs. During the Klondike Gold Rush, they were the only way to get around. Then, in 1911, Roald Amundson's Samoyed team was the key to him being the first person ever to reach the South Pole. They were even used in World War I, rescuing wounded soldiers right from the front lines. But no story cemented their heroic status more than this one. I want you to picture this. It's 1925 in Nome, Alaska. A deadly diphtheria epidemic is ripping through the town, which is completely cut off from the world by a brutal winter. Their only hope is a life-saving serum hundreds and hundreds of miles away. Now, you've probably heard of Balto, right? He was the lead dog on the final leg of that serum run. He became a global celebrity. There's even a statue of him in Central Park. But what this slide shows you is the unsung hero of the story, a dog named Togo. At 12 years old, he led his team 264 miles through the absolute worst parts of the journey. So why do we remember Balto and not Togo? Well, it's a fascinating look at how history gets written. A lot of times it's the one who finishes the race, not the one who ran the hardest, who gets all the glory. This incredible feat is actually why we have the Iditarod today, that grueling 1,000-mile race across Alaska. But, the race isn't without its controversy. Animal rights groups have raised some serious concerns about the well-being of the dogs. And this tension between celebrating endurance and ensuring animal welfare, that's a really key part of the modern sled dog story. So that legacy of endurance brings us right into the modern era. Sled dogs have made this huge transition from historical workhorses to some of the most elite canine athletes on the entire planet. Just look at this number, 10,000. That is how many calories a single sled dog can burn in one day. To put that in perspective, your average pet dog might eat about 1,500. These aren't just dogs. They are truly elite athletes. And it's not just about raw power, it's about incredible teamwork. A sled dog team is this complex, beautiful system. Up front, you've got the lead dogs. They're the brains of the operation. Right behind them are the swing dogs, helping steer around all the corners. Then you have the team dogs. They're the raw muscle. And right in front of the sled are the wheel dogs, the absolute powerhouses strong enough to pull that sled out of deep snow. So who are these amazing athletes? Okay, let's meet some of the key breeds that make up this incredible league of heroes. First up, the Siberian Husky. You can think of them as the marathon runners of the dog world, built for amazing endurance and incredible teamwork. Next, we have the Alaskan Malamute. Now, if the Husky is a marathon runner, the Malamute is a powerlifter. They are all about strength, not speed, built to haul seriously heavy loads. Then there's the Samoyed, the all-rounder. These dogs have herded reindeer, hunted, and even went to the South Pole. And that famous smile, it's not just for looks. It actually stops their drool from freezing into icicles on their face. Pretty clever. Okay, ever heard of the Chinook? This is a rare, all-American breed that was created in New Hampshire to be the perfect sled dog.
a mix of power, speed, and a super friendly personality. They're kind of a big deal in their home state. They're actually the official state dog.
Now, this is a really important point. The Alaskan Husky isn't actually a purebred dog. It's more of a category. You see, mushers will mix different breeds to create the ultimate sled dog, one that's bred for performance above everything else.
And today, their role just continues to evolve. As this quote from Denali National Park puts it so beautifully, sled dogs have become ambassadors. They connect us to the natural world and remind us just how important these wild, untamed places really are. Which leaves us with a final and pretty pressing question. These dogs and the cultures that grew up around them were shaped by ice and snow. So in a world where that ice is disappearing because of climate change, forcing historic races to be canceled, what does the future hold for these ancient heroes? Well, that's all for this explainer, and if this has sparked your curiosity about dogs, from these heroic huskies to your own furry friend at home, remember to visit the dog lifestyle magazine doggozilla.com for all your canine questions.